The two video games I'm playing right now both kick my ass. Near everyone either is playing or has played Elden Ring already, so I won't introduce it at length, but it is my first From Software game, and the premise as I've experienced it so far is everyone tells you you're weak, then proves it by killing you. As mentioned in my last video, I've been playing on PlayStation 5 via Steam Deck, though I'll play it on the TV from time to time too to drink in all the gorgeous vistas. What you're seeing right now is actually captured from streaming the game to my gaming desktop. Technology's neat. The other game I'm playing on my desktop, but am not playing on the deck, is Motorsport Sim Racer F1 2021. I am no expert on Formula One. My wife and I binged Netflix's Drive to Survive earlier this year, and only through that glorious, stupid soap opera have we come to enjoy the sport. I've only been playing the game for a few weeks now, using a fresh, low-end racing sim rig with force feedback wheel and pedals. For top dork points, I sometimes play wearing my Oculus headset, even though the game doesn't really support VR. Here is a picture. I am not cool. Elden Ring and F1 2021 don't share many similarities on the surface, but they live in the same place in my heart and brain. Both games demand precision reflexes and mastery of gameplay, earned through brutal trial and error. In Elden Ring, gargantuan bosses with even more gargantuan health bars will wreck you in an instant if you mistime a single button press. That's not an exaggeration. The control scheme is punishingly deliberate. If you tap on the right trigger for a slow winding strong attack, but realize a moment later the boss is going to respond too fast, there is no canceling that attack to whip out your shield. You will wind back, and halfway through the swing, a hammer will crush your skull. F1 2021 has assists you can turn on, but it's still hard with them and much more satisfying without. Every turn demands both tremendous care and decisive action. You have to brake hard, fast, at the last possible second. You need to shift gears to perfect your control. And you have to do all of this zipping around near 200 miles per hour, sometimes around the streets of a city where I'm not sure I'd feel safe driving a Toyota Prius. Both games offer pure, visceral experience. Your adrenaline pumps. You swing and miss at hard corners and frame-perfect parries. You die and crash again and again, and all you gain is the sense that the next attempt could go better. In Elden Ring, you can grind levels, but a few more stat points will not make the difference between half of Margit the Fell Omen's health bar and all of it. In F1 2021's career mode, you can rerun practices over and over to accumulate knowledge and bonuses, but one late break in the race on Sunday and it's all for nothing. The term roller coaster gets thrown at certain TV shows or movies, an accusation of all thrill, no substance. J.J. Abrams' 2009 Star Trek had everyone running towards a shaky camera at all times, for any reason, just to keep the audience breathless. Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity prioritizes moment-to-moment seat-gripping tension, with perhaps less narrative or message alongside that than a viewer might want. Valid criticism or not in those cases, the thing about a roller coaster is, you don't get to steer. For someone who levels that term at a movie, the problem isn't so much the thrill as the passivity. Without emotional or narrative stakes, action on screen becomes meaningless, disengaging, and even boring. Ironically, film critics have a tendency to refer to these kinds of scenes as like something from a video game. I think that's usually meant to cut at over-reliance on weightless CGI. But you are steering in a video game, at least if the game's doing it right. I do not and may never understand Elden Ring's story, yet each fight enthralls by demanding my attention, skill, and intelligence to survive. No one drops prize money in my bank account for winning a single-player race or setting a fastest lap time trial in F1 2021, but I retry laps over and over regardless, because the prize is the thrill of focus and flow, of understanding the car and mastering the turns. I assume I'm nowhere near either. I might reach a flow state when writing poetry, but reading poetry or watching a movie can't generate it like this. Game interactivity is more than narrative immersion. Games exercise our brains across vectors other artistic media rarely touch. Games can calm and energize us, make us feel powerful or clever. The male empowerment fantasy that overrides most AAA games is the cheapest, easiest form of this, but that engagement is foundational to the medium. Besides, being a thrill ride is art. It hooks into your emotions, gives you moments of triumph and anguish that are as much part of the human experience as weeping at the musical swell of a tragic concerto or laughing at a brilliant comedy. It's participatory in a way other art forms can only gesture at from a slight distance. So, I get my ass kicked, I cackle and curse and grip until my knuckles whiten, and the experience is as meaningful as the best books I've ever read. What I'm saying is, my current fastest lap at Monaco is a work of art, damn it, even if it barely gets me out of the 6-digit scale on the leaderboard.